Event today. Wally B26 tours the Newcastle Kmart. Let's go.
Look at the front where it says Ames real big.
Right off the bat, if I do that intro, there's a half-dead tent sale sign laying on the ground here. Not doing anything. The other one's kind of hurting too, but event today at Kmart. It's like they knew I was coming, so here I am. What are we waiting for? Let's go. Okay guys, so like I just said, I'm here in Newcastle, Pennsylvania at the Newcastle Kmart. I've only been here a handful of times over my life. I actually remember when it used to say Big Kmart on the facade here way back in the day. But for me, this isn't like the most convenient location to come to, so that's why I never came here that often. A few other YouTubers have actually filmed this in the last couple of years, and that's cool that we can all document this and put our own spin and perspective on it. So here I am finally able to do it, as we were taking a day trip, Kayla and I, and we felt like going to Kmart and said, well, we've gone to Leechburg several times. Let's go back to Newcastle. It's been a while. We were actually here about 3 weeks ago prior to filming this video here today, and it was raining really bad outside, and the entrance was leaking really bad. And over by the garden center right there, the whole side of the store was just flooded. And I mean flooded. Alright, so here it is. The Newcastle Kmart. Down there is their garden shop, and they have that cool pharmacy banner here. Seems relatively new. Still do Western Union here. The outside of it looks relatively clean. Even though it hasn't been updated, it still looks relatively clean. The garden center is no longer used, but we'll go down there and take a glance at it real quick anyway. There's our pharmacy sign there. Rockin' strong, and the plethora of shopping carts that they no longer need outside here. Anyway, let's go take a look around at the Newcastle Kmart. I love that they updated that pharmacy sign, but everything else is old and left the same. Hey look, it's all open now, except the garden shop. You okay?
Yeah, good.
Okay. That was a good meal.
Very good. There's a garden shop.
Yeah, it's definitely closed. It's definitely closed. Remember, this is where all the water was coming from.
I wonder what it was that leaked through here.
I don't know, remember. It's a shame though, this is how far we gotta go to a Kmart.
Wish we still had some in Pittsburgh.
Oh, that's cool. I like this chair.
Oh, that is really cool.
Because it's a rocking chair too. That'd be like something you could fold up and take to the beach.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Take that up to Erie. It's not bad. Yeah, before this was all underwater here.
Yeah, I know.
All of this.
I guess they cleaned it up.
Yeah. That was a few weeks ago.
The employees were literally so dumb.
Yeah, I don't blame them.
How about all the signs that are hanging up, like all the appliances is like new? Okay, so you guys notice how out of all the signs, appliances is the only one that's updated? You see there's home organizations, houseware, home whatever, home entertainment, and then there's appliances. It's the only one that's updated.
That is wild.
That's very wild.
That's weird. Yeah, appliances is the only new one.
It's very weird.
Pennsylvania, baby. Represent. I don't care enough about PA to appreciate this stuff like I should. I don't like this state that much. It's cool, but I'd rather live elsewhere. But it's pretty cool that this Kmart has an assortment of Pennsylvania-themed clothes. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. I would never wear this stuff, but it's pretty cool, though, that they represent Pennsylvania with that here at the Newcastle store. Keep in mind we are close to the Ohio border, so I can see that. We're not that far from Youngstown. Steelers. Oh my. Oh my God. No, so Junior sign's newer too. It's wild how our two worlds came together, with me being from the Pittsburgh area and Kayla being from the Dallas area, that everywhere we tend to go where they have football stuff, especially at Kmart, the Pittsburgh Steelers and Dallas Cowboys
They're
merchandise,
always next to each other.
like even the slippers here.
Always next to each other.
That's wild. That always happens to us. Wait, what? There's men's clothing over there. And then over here, you have, well, it looks like they have some videos, but no music. Definitely no music. No electronics at all, really. There's no TVs or anything here. But at least they have some DVDs. And books. And coloring stuff and paper shredders. Here's where they do have movies, and that's about it. Well, that's a fail. Okay, like, I get it. They got rid of their music and video department, but when they took down the signage, they couldn't paint over it. mean, what's a little bit of white paint cost? Not that much. You just need a little bit to cover this one here and that one right there. Sorry, that kind of... I wonder what happened to those signs. I wonder if somebody took those home. I hope they were saved, but that's a shame.
I love the song.
Oh boy.
Junior Kyle's badass. I love his music.
David, can you please come to the service desk? David, to the service desk.
Stop running my song, lady. There's a white polo shirt I put down.
Yeah. Oh well. Too little, too late now.
Perfect song for Kmart.
Mm-hmm. Here's your old Little Caesars. You could even tell by the floor, how the floor is different here, where it would have been. The black checkers here.
Yeah, that's where like the tables and stuff on them.
Mm-hmm. But no, they tore it out.
To put kids' clothes here.
Yeah.
Pizza's more important than kids' clothes.
Yeah, well, not gonna argue with that. But that goes back into the kitchen there too. Do it. Locked. You like how I was just like, go ahead, Kayla, do it.
I ain't scared.
I know. That's funny. There's your registers, guys. 8 with only 1 open. Now here's an interesting thing about this Newcastle store. You see this wall here, it doesn't go all the way up to the ceiling. The ceiling tile and the lights go back further, as does the sprinkler system. Now whether or not that was always just designed to be a back room like that, that's one thing. They do have a security window right there where they can look out onto the sales floor for potential shoplifters. But I wonder if this sales floor actually went back further, since they have this partition wall that they built here and they didn't put it all the way up to the ceiling. Because even where the security window is, there's still about an inch gap. So, and out of respect for the store and the employees, I will not go through the door and try to find out, because that's not right, and I don't have permission, but I will at least look through the window.
Looks like it's just like stock room.
Yeah, so...
Maybe at one point it did, and they decided to convert it into like stock.
Maybe. Now, at this particular store, I noticed the layaway department is literally tucked away in this back corner here of the infants department. That's just weird. I like the old little sign. 1996. Like, I'm standing about halfway up towards the front of the store here on the one side, and you see the layaway department. Hi, Kayla. You see the layaway department tucked back there, but if you weren't looking for it, you wouldn't even see the sign at all. This fitting room is on steroids, guys. Look at how nice this one is. Different color floor. They even have a bench in there. Kmart, baby. Before we go, I gotta make sure I get Larry some cat food. Gotta feed the kitty. I wonder if he'll like that. This looks like it's pretty good. There was only one other bag left on the shelf of this one for $5. Let's give it a shot. Now this one has an updated pharmacy, and it's really, really nice. See for yourself. I have no idea why they only updated the pharmacy. but not the rest of the store. They would have updated the rest of the store. It would look nicer. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but it would look nice as this. But another thing, again, with this store is they need to lower prices if they want to lure in more customers. And I'm not just saying this Kmart. I say all Kmarts. Their higher prices is what's driving people away, and that's why stores close. But this looks nice. I'd come in here because the aesthetics of this are nice. And if the rest of the store looked like this, I'm sure it would draw more people in. But again, you have to lower prices in order to make it successful. New aesthetics and lower prices.
My mom would turn the radio on, she would read on like the pop station.
Yeah.
And like when this song first came out, it was like 2003 or something like that.
Look at this. Even layaway payments are taken here at the jewelry counter. Because they have that layaway counter tucked all the way in the back.
When this song came out, it would play like 400 times.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, now that we're down by the garden center side, let's go check this out real quick. This is weird with the little gateway thing here, the little pathway thing, the arch. Could not think of the right words. When we were here, water was even coming out of these doors when they were flooded, when they were. But here it is now, all dried up and not used. The register's on though, but it's not used. There's a Kmart bucket way on the back, on that top shelf, right in the center of the screen. Plethora of shopping carts. Let's go take a look at that too. Now here's their prison yard, as I like to call it. Shopping carts galore, which they'll never need. Ever. For any reason. Cinder blocks galore. I could use some of those for some projects in the yard. I mean, geez, I could just climb right under the gate or right through that. I'm not that fat. But yeah, the San Quentin prison yard here, with enough shopping carts for several stores at this point that they'll never need. One thing I noticed about this Kmart too is, you know, they didn't really update a whole lot of stuff here. They updated the pharmacy, put new signage in there. They put some new signage when they, you know, emerged from bankruptcy, even though the company as a whole is still struggling, which isn't really a shock. And if you haven't heard, Kmart and Sears are closing another handful of stores by the end of September, early October, in that time period there. So the revolving door of lists that come out every 3 to 4 months are starting up again. And this one's been spared, thankfully. But 5 other Kmarts haven't been so lucky. But yeah, like I said, real quick, one thing I found interesting was that even though there's not too many updates, they updated this sign right here and put a newer one in. Yeah, so they probably did that because of the pharmacy update, but I'm not really sure. But it's cool either way. Okay guys, well I hope you enjoyed that look here at the Newcastle Kmart. Not a bad store. It needs a little bit of help with a couple of things. But it's not necessarily their fault. It's not their particular fault, it's the company not making a lot of money and not investing in these places. Now, for this Kmart, it survives because this community depends on it, because you're in a rural part of Pennsylvania, you know, north of Pittsburgh, and even though there's a Walmart somewhere around, it's actually not that close to here, and that's why this one survives. But you look at Leechburg, that one does great, and it looks great, and this one isn't bad, but just a little bit of updating would go a long way. But like I say, for all the Kmarts, you got to lower your prices if you want to get more people in. But Fast Eddie doesn't care about that. He looks at finally closing down the remaining, you know, stores that they have left in the whole company, and then that's just going to be it. And he'll have his real estate, and people won't have Kmart or Sears left at all. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the tour of this store. It was nice. We were able to get cat food for Larry and enjoy visiting this place. Now, there were a couple of things I did want to get here that they didn't have in stock, so that kind of was a bummer, but at least we didn't leave here empty-handed, and we supported the store a little bit. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you give it a like. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to the channel for more content. And until next time, guys, take care and stay awesome. I'll talk to you later. Bye. This place is flooded.
You know, this whole tiles here, the ones over there.
Yeah.
I'm starting to slip over some of this water.
It's coming from the garden center doors. Notice
Yeah,
how it's all dark
yeah,
in there, too.
Look, and they've got pallets on the floor, too. It's like they're blocking something off or trying to stop something from coming in.
Wow. This whole area. Covered in water. All of it. It's all the way out here, too. Wow, it's all full of water in there. I don't even have it open to the public anymore. Love where you live. Well, I would love where I live a lot more if Kmart was still in the area. In the meantime, I have to go as far as Leechburg, Pennsylvania, or like this location here in Newcastle. But I'm happy that I can at least do that. So here we are at Newcastle, Pennsylvania, Kmart.